Take your place. Rise, oh God, and take your place. Rise, oh God, and take your place. Oh, Holy Spirit, flow. So every hand lifted in this place, we surrender. We surrender, we surrender. Come on, say, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, we want more of you. Holy Spirit, we need more.
Man, yeah, about to end it. Man, yeah, about to bend it. Man, yeah, got me spinning. Man, yeah, got me spinning. Oh, let it go, let it go. Man, yeah, I'm addicted. First time went by and by. A year later, boy, still flicking. Orlando Magic got me shacked up. Quarter gallon got me backed up. Trap music got me masked up. And on the gas, boy, still hitting. And these women be attractive. 40 million be attractive. Apostle Paul got me seeing clear when the water near the boy still dipping. Oh, this my opening. Release that dopamine. Let down that rope for me. The Christ that hope for me. Came and spoke to me. Yeah, you're showing me all I believe in this time. And it's just a force of the habit. It's right in my face, so I grab it. It's right in my way as a pass. Right at the bar, so I glass it. It's a classic attack like an addict. All of the time, gotta have it. It's right in my way as a pass. Right at the bar, so I glass it. It's a classic attack, I'm an acid. Right in my way, gotta pass it. It's right in my way as a pass. Right at the bar, so I glass it. It's a classic attack like an addict. All of the time, gotta have it. It's right in my way as I pass. And right for the altar to cast it on the shoulders of my Lord. Right in my way as I pass. Right in the altar to cast it on the shoulders of my Lord. Oh, it's just a lack of my passion. All of these years I've been asking for the fire Elijah brought Adam. 400 prophets in casket. All of my bread in the basket. All of my family active. All of my enemies reacting. All of my faith work in action. And right now I'm laying this backwards. How much money does it take to fix these breaks? These raised stakes over canyons and the earthquake. His first words done turned into his first date. This next check gon' feel me like my first plate. My first love been on deck and it can't wait. Gotta let it go, I've been holding baby my curve straight. And I'm an addict to the vision. Clean living I've been missing. Pulled left from the mission. Man, yeah, about to end it. Big knife out the kitchen, cut it. Man, yeah, about to end it. Man, yeah, about to bend it. Man, yeah, got me spinning. Man, yeah, got me spinning. Oh, let it go, let it go. Man, yeah, I'm addicted. First time went by and by. A year later, boy, still flicking. Orlando Magic got me shacked up. Quarter gallon got me backed up. Trap music got me masked up. And on the gas, boy, still hitting. And these women be attractive. 40 million be attractive. Apostle Paul got me seeing clear when the water near the boy still dipping. Oh, this my opening. Release that dopamine. Let down that rope for me. The Christ that hope for me. Came and spoke to me. Yeah, you're showing me all I'ma need in this time. And it's just a force of the habit. It's right in my face, so I grab it. It's right in my way as a pass. Right at the bar, so I glass it. It's a classic attack like Atlantic. All of the time, gotta have it. It's right in my way as I pass. Right at the bar, so I glass it. It's a classic attack, I'm in acid. Right in my way, gotta pass it. It's right in my way as I pass. Right at the bar, so I glass it. It's a classic attack like Atlantic. All of the time, gotta have it. It's right in my way as I pass. And right for the altar to cast it on the shoulders of my Lord. Right in my way as I pass. Right as the altar to cast it on the shoulders of my Lord. Cast it.
Now we're here to encourage you to walk into your new season, a season of freedom and a season of victory. Here it is. By the hand of the Almighty, I've been set free, healed, delivered, made complete. Now I'm walking in victory. Adrian, won't you help me sing it? By the hand of the Almighty, I've been set free, healed, delivered, made complete. Now I'm walking in victory. We're gonna sing that again. By the hand of the Almighty, oh, healed, delivered, made complete. Now I'm walking in victory. Oh, I think you got it now. Come on, lift it up. By the hand, I've been set free. Oh, now I'm walking in victory. Oh, said I'm walking in victory. Said I'm walking in victory. Walking in victory. Got my joy back. Oh, I'm walking in victory. Said I'm walking in victory. I'm walking in victory. Got my peace back. By the hand of the Almighty.
Connecting the community through gospel.
The new 107.9 FM, W300EB,
Macon and WDDO 980 AM
Perry.
Macon.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants of the broadcast.
Mother Georgia, she's back on live, the historic 980 WDDO. All of a sudden, let's go live into the studio with our host, Brenda Sutton.
And hello. Hello.
Hello.
It is Monday. What is it, like 2 days before?
Tuesday.
Yeah. Well,
No, it's Monday.
all right, Johnny.
It's Monday, January the 12th.
12.
Exactly.
Right. 2 days before Valentine's.
I thought it was just 2 days before the 14th.
Well, you know what? I don't even fool with that. But I should have known that it was close to Valentine because I saw all these people on the side of the road with these baskets.
They've been on the side of the road since Christmas.
No, but they got it going on.
With Valentine's stuff.
Look at Johnny. Have you seen the basket?
It's all about the money.
Lord, them Dollar Tree baskets.
They done gone to Dollar Tree. They ain't got no problem with that. You know, with you going, everybody got to have their hustle.
Capitalism.
But you done went over there and you done went and got these little stuffed animals and you got about 30 baskets that you done made up.
It's going to cost you like $100.
And then they got them sitting on the side of the road. And I'm like, okay.
In the rain.
Harry Williams, and I know you listening.
Big hand.
Don't bring me nothing like that. Now, I tell you, you know, now
tell him he can contact the naturalista if he wants a basket full of stuff that you'll actually use.
Now,
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, Johnny, I wasn't gonna go there, but I had to. Because,
Super Bowl was a great game yesterday.
Look at he trying to cut me off with Super Bowl.
Super Bowl was fantastic.
Well, I'm gonna say that again. If you need a basket, then hit me up from the naturalista.
By the way,
and she's not located on the side of the road.
Exactly.
Emily has things in her baskets that you can actually use. Things like lotion. And things like that to help your feet and everything
and soap and deodorant, which is definitely needed.
Yeah, now those are important things for Valentine's Day to smell good and not be ashy.
And then you know you have people just like we talked about on Christmas, and I have to put it out there because a lot of our people who are listening get upset, and y'all know y'all do. If you don't get the romantic Valentine's surprise. You didn't get your roses. You didn't get your this. You didn't get your that.
Now, it's a lot of people who get roses and they get this and that. But if you don't do it where the public can see them getting their
All right.
roses and this and that, then that's even a problem.
You know, I mean, with Emily, Henry pretty much has a tradition of getting me a basket from there, which is fine, you know.
Mhm.
And I don't have a problem with Emily, getting some stuff, because I really don't practice, and this is the real truth. Y'all know this. I don't deal with Valentine, Christmas. What's the other holiday that people dictate and tell you when you should buy a gift for somebody?
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
I don't believe in all of that.
Easter, Valentine's
Their
Day,
birthday.
and Christmas.
No, not when it comes to my birthday.
Groundhog Day,
No, when it's my birthday, I want my stuff.
Halloween,
Johnny, I want my stuff for my birthday.
President's Day.
See, that's how I am. I like, I've gotten so used to actually not getting anything for my birthday that I don't really expect it. But when you get it, it need to be something that the person
Oh Lord,
wants, or that something that the person can use.
see, this is not going down the correct highway.
Because
I know where this is going. So what we need to
wait. You
see,
know
there's
you know
Brenda.
you know what it is. Emily is going to have
I tried to
withdrawals
stop it.
this year.
Emily.
Who?
Withdrawals this year because she's supposed to get them blue carnation.
I tried to stop. I knew it was coming.
So low down.
I know. I tried.
Y'all know about those blue carnations.
They were blue, lime green, and hot pink.
Like Easter colors.
I knew that was. I tried.
It ain't funny, but
Yeah, but
every
I saw it
time
coming.
every time I think about that, Johnny, I can't help it. He was trying. And if you listen out there, I'm the one that's throwing shade. Okay, not Emily, it's me.
It's not me either.
But it was really funny that you bought those carnations and Emily didn't appreciate them. I'm just saying, I don't.
That was years ago.
Yeah, that was years ago, Emily. That was
Back in prehistoric days.
I just hope that that person has learned to to just not. I mean, it was the thought that counts, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we got to focus on.
That's
true.
what it
That's
is.
true.
That counts.
Hit that share button. Hit that share.
Share and like and
Yeah.
go to the All of a Sudden page and hit like and love and care.
all of that. All of that.
Or wow if you want to.
Yeah.
But you know what? We got to clarify, because I think some people, most African Americans understand that the carnation is kind of like the official funeral flower.
It is.
The carnations are used because they're very cheap. They're a very, very cheap flower to grow. They're just cheap flowers. You can get a whole bushel of carnations for about $4 at the grocery store.
So see, now it's not about the thought anymore. Now it's about how much it costs.
No, it's about the representation. Carnations
it,
literally represent death.
let me tell you something.
But I'm saying, but he put a new meaning
he was
to
creative.
the carnation.
Hey,
Okay.
y'all need to hit us in the
So
comment
what, death
section.
to
Let us
love?
know. Huh?
I said death to love.
Death to love? What? Death to love what?
Like, I mean, is that what the carnation was supposed like?
You know what? I was thinking when y'all were talking about the birthdays. See, I think they got that all wrong too, because I think that on a person's birthday, the person that should be celebrated is not the person that's born, but the person that gave birth to them.
I know somebody that believes that wholeheartedly.
I'm serious. I think like when you were born, you didn't do nothing. I'm saying birthdays should be celebrated for like by the child to the parents. That's what I think. Let's redo the birthday celebration thing.
Now,
that'll never happen.
Cause my mama low down.
Well, cause
hey,
people are so
don't you start that.
They're consumed with themselves.
My mama low down, and if you
Lord.
tell her something about you supposed to celebrate Brenda's birthday, celebrate me on her birthday, she'll be talking this stuff about she need a wet card. Now, if y'all don't know what a wet card is, okay,
what is that?
Child, my mama don't want no dry card.
Card.
Card as in CARD.
So that means money in it,
Right.
Yeah, my mama wants some money.
but who doesn't?
But for my birthday though.
No, the birthday. I'm saying
just
change the person that should be celebrated on the day that you were born, Brenda. should be your mother.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
but it ain't gonna be my mother though.
Okay,
It ain't.
that
Look at,
idea won't fly.
I don't care what you talking about.
But Emily knows one person that does agree with that thinking, right? Didn't you say
I
one
do.
person?
Oh, yeah.
At
I
least.
do.
Hey,
I know one person that thinks that it's not your birthday, it's your born day. You didn't give birth that day. Your
That's what I'm
mother
saying.
gave birth
and
that
I
day.
got
all
that.
I'm saying.
But it is my born day. But it's a day
Ain't
for me
nobody
to
studying
celebrate.
it.
You know what? And by the way, and I agree with her. I go with the born day. It was a day that I came into because we're eternal spirit, and because of that, we're not. It's just the body, but the spirit is always here. It's neither created nor destroyed. Okay, we can talk about that another day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord.
That's some of that. That's some of that deep stuff that that I can go in now, Johnny.
Okay.
Johnny, you right about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl went on last night.
It was fantastic.
By the way, I'm putting it out here. That doggone Linda Walker is a good friend. Okay, because a lot of times I don't want you call names, but I'm gonna have to call a name. That doggone Lynn.
What Lillian do?
Lynn has brought dinner to Henry and I 2 weekends in a row because with me and the COVID and Henry and COVID, and she came over there talking about she was bringing something for the sick and shed in.
Well,
but y'all ain't sick and shut in no more.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm still tired from COVID. COVID ain't no joke. I tell you, it has taken me a long time to get my strength back. But at any rate, she brought some garlic chicken and collard greens, and
it could be a year before you fully recover.
That it's like really, really weird.
That thing that's called long COVID.
I'm still tired.
Yeah.
I'm it takes a lot when I do a little something in the house.
Tired from doing what?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Tired from doing nothing.
Yeah, because she's not been exercising. Because basically, if whatever walking she does in the house, then she walks from the house. Like I was talking about myself today to one of my friends. I'm like, you know what? I gotta start doing something to get back in some kind of shape again. Because in the last couple of years, basically, I thought about it. I walk from the house to the car. When I get to my destination, I get out of the car, walk into wherever place I'm going. Then when I'm done at that place, I walk back to the car, get in it, and then go home. And I used to be playing ball, basketball, softball, or just out walking or something. But I'm like, I'm so out of shape now because it's with reason, because I don't do anything but walk from the house to the car, drive to the destination, get to my destination, go inside, do whatever I gotta do, get back in the car. And I'm saying I have got to do better.
I'll be 67 March 12th.
You don't look a day over 66, Brenda.
You low line. But so I'm like, I've got to, strengthen myself, and I got to do a little bit more because I'm like, this thing right here. I was like a child. I was trying to check out of here.
I went to this physical therapist, right? And she had me do this simple exercise. I put my hands on my thigh and stand up like this, and sit down and stand up like this, and do it 30 times. And in my brain, I was like, man, I got to number 10. I was like, how many more I got?
Right, exactly. You was out of breath.
How many more I got to do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am so out of shape. And until you challenge yourself with stuff like that, you really don't actualize how I didn't actualize how out of shape I am.
Well, you know what,
you should try. I do wall Pilates, and that's softer on your joints. But let me tell you something: 13-minute workout will have you dripping with sweat.
Well,
and it's low impact, but it got you doing stuff that you don't normally do.
I need to do that.
And it's for people that that have issues with joints or just
I need to do it
but it will have you, and it tells you exactly how many calories you burn. It's pretty dope. I've been doing it.
I need to do that then, because I got to get my strength back. But because I just really, really need to. And yes, Henry and I watched the game last night. It was exciting. Y'all know.
It was a great game.
It was a great game. And I'm actually, I don't know team names. I don't know situations. But I do know Colin Kaepernick came from the 49ers. And karma is something else.
Oh, my goodness. Let me tell you, that's no good. That stuff doesn't have anything to do with the San Francisco 49ers losing.
Yes,
Let me tell you why they lost last night.
You want to know why they lost last night?
I can tell you why.
Because that coach stole the playbook from Atlanta, I mean, and messed him up with the Super Bowl, and they lost in overtime. And it's karma. He got everything back that was coming to him.
Now, you're certainly entitled to your opinion, but this is why I think they lost. I was watching the game, and those teams were very equal in their abilities and in their players. And it was like a mirror to watch those teams. Like, both had great tight ends, both had great fast running backs, both had great defensive linemen, both had great offensive linemen. Even their wide receivers wore the same numbers, number 11, like the guy from San Francisco and the guy from Kansas City. They were just evenly matched, except one position, and that was the quarterback. Because Patrick Mahomes, if Patrick Mahomes had been playing on San Francisco's team last night, San Francisco would have won. And Patrick Mahomes is the reason why Kansas City won last night.
You know what?
But I promise you, if he was on their team last night, San Francisco would have won. Had nothing to do with Colin Kaepernick.
You know what? It's got everything to do with karma.
Oh,
and if you don't believe in karma, don't care if you believe in it or not.
Sure don't.
You know.
But when is karma gonna kick in for the black folk with history that we've had? When is karma ever gonna kick in?
You know what?
I agree with you.
If it's karma, when is it gonna ever kick in?
You know what? I'm just saying with a lot of us, you know, I put like this, and karma is, I don't think it's
I saw the help last night.
Let me tell you something. It's not going to come as a collective, but I think it comes individually. But I don't.
No, but it wasn't done like it was. Bad treatment was done collectively.
You know, it
so
was everything. And let me just say, historically, and I'm in you know, that's
gave that lady that pie.
You know,
that's a Millie pie.
Yeah, honey, she had the pie. But you know, black folk, and I think the thing that bothers me with us is that, you know, and Johnny, you have it good. You know, you'll talk about this. We have a lot of us. I hate to talk in group talk, but we have forgotten. We're in a state of amnesia.
Oh yeah.
And run around here and do all kind of foolishness and nonsense. Not all of us, but some of us. Some of them bad was like the one who was around me and Henry's car with the gun.
Wow.
You know, you ain't got no business around our car in the morning, 5-something in the morning, with a gun trying to break in our car.
That's absolutely right.
And if you had gotten picked up, then it would have been loud. My son, you know, he a good one. I don't know why he do that. Da. And I'm like, you know what?
I'm not laughing about that. I'm laughing
because
at Alicia Keys lost the game.
You know, yeah, they just make me mad with that because, you know, people be trying to pretend like a lot of the folk out here who are getting in trouble, it ain't their fault. It is their fault because they don't want to go to school or anything, you know.
Quinette Westbrook, y'all need to leave Alicia. See now, what do y'all think about the halftime show? I got my thoughts.
The halftime show.
I've got my.
Let me just tell you the first thing, and then we can go to it. I think that's just me talking. Okay, I think that Lift Every Voice and Sing was awful.
That's how you thought that.
I thought that they did a poor job of that. You know, certain things that when you sing, you know, it's okay to put your extra and stuff. You know, you got to do this and you got to put all of that, all them runs and everything. But she ran out when she did it. I didn't think it was not. I just felt like, you know, here we go, got the Negro National Anthem at the game, and then what you do, you put all of that stuff in it and you can't even recognize it. I thought it was a lost opportunity.
Yeah, that's I will agree on that. And I'm a singer, and she was singing for a minute before I realized what she was singing. And it was only because I was listening to the words, and I was like, wait a minute, that's the Negro National Anthem.
In microcosm, that's what has happened with us. We have lost our identity trying to accommodate these new folk. So they want to do it. I mean, you know, that's the old way. Sometimes because it's old doesn't mean it's supposed to be changed.
Exactly.
And we are starting to accommodate our children too much in all areas of life, from church to the house to everywhere. We are losing some of the things that quote unquote our traditions need to remain the
I
way
agree.
they
I
are.
agree.
If it's a tradition to keep your pants pulled up so I can't see your underwear, keep it that way. We are too much now changing and accommodating these new folk
Come
about
on, come on,
stuff
come on,
that
come on.
should not be changed.
See, now that is absolutely correct. And when I heard that girl mess up that
It
song,
makes no sense at
it didn't
all
make any
to
sense.
feel like you
Mhm.
need to change the
I'm
way
like,
that
who?
song
And
is
I'm like,
sang.
who
Yeah.
are you?
It makes no sense.
It made no sense. And I'm like, Emily, I'm like, what is she singing?
And I felt kind of like, wait a minute, what? And I mean, she was into it for a minute before
Right,
I
right.
realized
Oh, yeah.
what it was. And I was like, what? Who told her to do that? And I'm all for artistic expression, obviously, but I thought that of all the times and of all the songs to change and make your own, why the Super Bowl? Because if I'm not mistaken, wasn't this the first time the Negro
Yes,
National
that's right.
Anthem
That's right.
had
I don't
ever
know if
been
that was the
sung?
first time, but
But yeah,
I thought it was the first
I
time it
think
had ever been
I
sung
think
at
it was
the Super
first.
Bowl.
I thought it was the first time too. And for you to take that opportunity, they should have had someone to sing it with the intent and with the intensity
and
with
also a better choice.
a better choice. Cause she
I
couldn't
just
sing.
that's just me personally.
well,
I
she
mean,
can
she
sing.
can, Audra Day can sing.
I just think
She's a
it
great
was
singer.
I think it was the rendition
Yeah.
of it that lost people. I think they should have just come with the same old regular lift every voice and
And-
sing till earth and
I agree.
heaven
I agree.
ring. Just the same old regular way.
Yeah.
All that other it's certain songs that you lose the meaning of the
Yes.
song
When you're trying to
if you try show out. Like it doesn't have to be the national
that's
anthem.
right.
It could
All
be
those-
simple songs
by the
like
way-
"Lean on Me."
By the
Yeah.
You
way,
don't need to
but
change nothing
of
about
those,
that song.
all of
Right,
those
exactly.
runs, and a lot of times people think just because something quote unquote is new that is better. I love the
Yeah,
way
new is not always
I
better.
love young people. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
And
different is not always better.
you know, I do. But
Mhm.
some of the nonsense that Johnny is saying that we put it with as with taking in from new people.
Yep.
Some of the new, I'm like, y'all need to go somewhere and sit down because some of this
Mhm.
stuff is just
Yeah, you don't need to
not
put your
right.
twist on everything.
Yeah.
No. And that leads into, one of the things I've noticed, and I'm just saying we were going to talk about is, women, a lot of and Emily and I start out with Johnny. We'll move into the second part of the segment, but women out here thinking that if you go out, let's say I go out for a birthday dinner, right?
Mhm.
I invite all my friends, and my husband's the only one there.
The
Hit-
only male there.
The only male there. Should he pay for the meal for
If
everybody?
if he does, he needs to be committed.
He don't need to be committed. Everybody needs
No,
to pay.
if he didn't agree to that before you got there, if he said, "Hey," to his wife, "Look, I want to do something special for you," and they agree that they're going to go out to a certain restaurant for dinner, and he says, "Well, I want some of your friends. I know you want to spend the day, so 5 of your friends, I will take care of everything." Now, but then if that friend brings another friend, and then you end up with 15 people there, and then you all look at him when the
Johnny,
bill comes.
Johnny, and that's what a lot of the new women are doing
Yeah.
that are out there.
I
And
wouldn't
Emily
know.
and I were talking about it. I was like, you know what? How you as a woman expect just because you're a man? Now this goes back to you want to wear the pants and you feel like it's equal. It's this, it's that, except when it comes down to paying.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm telling you, that's where I'm going with that.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You're gonna look at him like he's supposed to pay simply because he wears some pants.
Yeah.
And that's just dead wrong. And there's a lot of women
Well, it's selfish. It's
on.
it's a lot of work, but I can't say it because I know what radio show we on. But it's absurd to expect your man, your husband, your boyfriend to pay for 10 other women at the table, just period. Even if it was discussed, I would never ask my husband or significant other to pay for my 10 girlfriends, because that bill could easily go from
come on
$200 to $1,500,
That's right.
$2,000. Because if
That's
they're
right.
ordering multiple drinks at $10 and $12 a pop, and it's 10 people at the
But
table,
now, what if your husband is a multimillionaire?
It doesn't
it
matter.
still doesn't matter.
I know somebody was thinking
precedent.
that.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it just sets a precedent. Now you have some men that have egos that may feel like, well, yeah, I'm gonna take care of the bill. I'm gonna take care of the bill, and that's his choice if he chooses to do
Now,
that.
wait a minute.
But
Why did he have to have an ego? Couldn't he just be doing it and writing off as a business
What?
tax write-off?
but that's legal. We're not
That's
talking
legal.
about it doing illegal stuff. We're talking about we're speaking about the normal, everyday, regular guy. I'm going out to dinner. My birthday was just a few days ago, right?
Okay.
I go out to dinner with my friends. None of my friends would expect my significant other to pay. They already know, okay, we're going to celebrate Emily's birthday at Bonefish Grill.
Okay.
And we gotta pay for our
We
food.
gotta pay. You know, Emily,
It's just weird to think that my husband would pay for everybody at the table. Now, if I have a birthday party and I invite 40 people to a birthday party, then I should foot the bill for the food. I should foot the bill for the entertainment. But if I invite you out to dinner for my birthday, it's understood that you need to carry your own weight for your bill. Whatever you order, you pay for. You can't get to a birthday dinner. And I think the situation was, well, he invited all of us out to your birthday to celebrate your birthday, so he should pay. Ma'am.
And by the way, and get mad, and that's when we talk about these.
Mad. These chicks was mad.
We talk about these new women, and just like, and I'm like,
oh, this happened.
Oh yeah, it's happened many times.
Wow.
You know, like you run a bill up like thousands of dollars. It's easy if you got.
And they got mad with the brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did she get mad with him, or they got mad with him?
She was kind of torn because I think her friends were mouthing off, if you will. I'm trying to say this as cleanly as I can. The friends were mouthing off, and she felt like kind of in the middle. You know, she was looking at him like, you know, why don't you just go and pay? But he was like, yeah, no, that there's no way I'm gonna do that. You know, even you really don't know what my pockets look like, and it's unfair to assume that I even have the money to take care of a bill that could have been, you know, I think the bill was like $4,000.
Wow. And if you're ordering lamb,
and it's like,
and you know, if you're ordering lamb on a plate, you know, like that right there, that's almost like $100, you know, for that meal. And then if you get a drink on top of it, you know, that's $100 meal.
That's a lot.
And so, and you did not, and I don't think it's fair to ask your significant other, regardless of what capacity they're in, to pay for your friend's meal. And by the way, you know, I don't know about you, Johnny, but let me just tell you something. I have seen people, if they think it's free, they'll order the most expensive thing on the restaurant.
That's my
on
point.
the menu. Now, if they paying for it, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna order a salad.
Well, okay.
But if they think somebody else is paying for it, they get Top Chef liquor. You know what I mean? You know, $60 drinks, $50 drinks. They drink, you know, they eat real good because they feel like, well, I ain't got to pay for it. No way.
Have to pay for it, right? And I think it just goes into the this new idea of dating and the new expectations of what a man is expected to do, what a female is expected to do. Should we lift expectations altogether? Should we hold the expectations? I mean, I you know, I have a 24-year-old. He's soon to be 25 in a few weeks. And, you know, I listen to him and his girlfriend quite often. And this narrative of that young...
eavesdropping.
No, we have actual open discussions in our family.
Okay.
And, and I listen to some of, you know, their thoughts and ideals. Thankfully, you know, he has a decent girlfriend and she doesn't think that way, but a lot of them think that, you know, a guy, you know, if he can't buy me, excuse me, if he can't buy me a pocketbook, then, you know, he can't get none of my pocketbook. And I'm like, well, if you want a pocketbook, why don't you just buy it for yourself? Why does his love and his admiration or respect for you weigh on whether he can buy you a pocketbook or not? Or, you know, and I don't use the word pocket. Y'all use pocketbook down here, so I say purse.
You know, and not only that, and there are a lot of women, Johnny, that are out there that if you can't afford to take them at a certain place on that date, on that first date, then that's a problem too. See, that's we're talking about that expectation. See, and I'm like, if you claim to be liberated and you claim to be all of this and you claim to be all of that, but yet and still you still want that man to go in his pocket and pull out all of this money. You don't know his pocketbook. You don't know what's going on with him.
I get that.
The whole thing with the Cheesecake Factory, the girl and the Cheesecake Factory, that went viral and people talked about that for for weeks. And I said, I always thought when you're going on a first date and you're getting to know somebody, what happened to let's meet at the coffee shop and have coffee and a muffin, and just to see, you may not like me and I may not like you, because normally we're attracted, to each other by looks. You see a girl, you see a guy, you be like, oh, he's handsome, or oh, she's fine. Let me get her number. You don't know anything about that person. So to meet a person for the first time, y'all talk one time and decide, okay, let's go out on a date. And you take that person to Ruth Chris Steakhouse, who takes somebody to a $400 dinner the first time they meet them. Because if you do that in the beginning, then that sets the precedence for the rest of the relationship. And I'm going to expect that service or higher for the entire rest of the relationship. And I think that it's just bizarre and weird that
But where do you think these young
that.
females get this behavior from? Do they get it from older females, or
no?
Where do you think they get it from?
No.
Music, social media,
and that is social media, and that's what we were going with. Everything that's old, is not bad. See, because back in the day, when I was coming up, when I was out there, I wouldn't have expected for someone to take me out and spend. I didn't expect for my husband to do that. To go out because number one, I knew his pocketbook, but you don't go out thinking that someone has to spend X amount of dollars on you and your friends. It's just you just don't have those kind of expectations.
If you ask me out on a date, of course I expect you to pay for it. If you say, hey, let me take you out. Now, I'm not expecting a $400 spot or, a $200 spot. You're taking me out to dinner. I don't even want you to spend that much money on me up front, because normally when they're spending that kind of money, there's an expectation, waiting. And that's just the reality. We can act like, no, that's not. But we're old, we're grown. On
the same token, do you think that when a woman asks for that type of money to be spent on her, that she should know that there's going to be an expectation from him?
She should.
Okay.
She should know. And by the way, and a lot of times, even after that guy has spent that money on them, and he has in his mind that there's an expectation that goes along with a certain dollar amount, she says no.
Right. Then all of a sudden she don't like him no more.
Oh, yeah.
Say that again.
She doesn't like him anymore. If they go out and then, he has an expectation of what it is she's going to do, and he says no. Then she don't go out with him anymore. She don't like him anymore,
and that's his game. That's a good thing. I believe there's somebody for everybody. If you're that type of female that expects that from a guy up front, then you need to find that type of guy that want to throw money at a female. I know guys that just like spending money on females, but they always, all the ones that I know, because I speak from experience, the ones that I know always want something in return. They ain't just caking.
Do you think they're wrong to expect something?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I don't know if they're right or wrong. I think that a relationship is give and take. I think that when you put into a relationship, you expect something to come out of it. So, I think whether it's money, time,
whatever,
love, whatever, when you put in, you expect something to come out of it. So if you're putting money into the relationship, then I would assume that you're going to expect something out of it.
So if a female says to a guy, I need this, and he tells her unequivocally, no, I'm not giving you this. I need $300. No, I'm not giving you. I'll take you to dinner. I'll give you $20 for gas if you need it. I'll give you $20 for lunch or something. But she's in some kind of financial bind when you meet her, and she needs $500, and And she says,
Nope.
No.
and he says unequivocally,
No,
no,
he should
I
say
don't
no.
give anybody that kind of money. I especially I don't know you. We're not in a relationship.
Right,
And da da da
absolutely.
da da da. And then she figures out if she says we can do these things or that thing, and then tells me if give me this money, we can do these type things. Then she gets the money. Then she says, you know what? My children just worry me to death. We ain't gonna be able to go out tonight, or we're not gonna go out of
Well,
town,
he's
like I
stupid.
said,
Well, then
and
he's
all that
stupid.
kind
Well,
of
then
stuff.
he's stupid. He's stupid.
Okay,
And let me just say this.
I'm
And
just saying.
it's a
It
word
happens
for,
all the
it's a
time.
word for that type of
It
female.
happens all the
By
time.
the way,
Yeah,
But
but
do
it's
you
a
think
word for
do you
that type
think
of
she's a
female.
good person?
no,
She's a terrible
she's
person.
not.
Huh?
It's
She's
a
not.
word for that type
It's a
of
word.
person.
I have to agree. It's a word for that type of person. And for the men that are listening, if a woman comes up to you and you're not in a relationship, and she's got all of this problem, I can't pay this bill, I can't pay that bill, my tires is flat.
You need to run
You need to run. You hear me? Run
in the opposite direction.
in the opposite direction, because that is an indication of what type of person she is. If she can't handle her personal business, her lights about to get cut off, her water about to get cut off, her rent, she's about to get put out with her children.
Well, it's an indication. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's an indication of what your relationship is going to be. Because
that's right.
If you're coming into the relationship with a person that's not whole, that don't have themselves together, and you quote unquote have yourself together, then what do you think that relationship is going to be 2 years down the line, 3 years? Going to always be
it's gonna
Captain
always
Saver. You always
Oh my
gonna
God.
be
But I found out
you're
too.
always gonna be cake daddy, because
These new people like texting, right? They like to text that. But I found out that texting can be a binding way to convict somebody of their of crime, really. And you can convict people on, if you give me this amount of money, I'm gonna do a certain thing. And then if you don't, and you get the money, then you can get your money back because you got this recorded that this person.
But you know what though, you're not gonna get your money back. That's the other part. Yeah, you can take it to court, take it to small claims court.
That's what I'm saying.
But by the way, you may do that, but if they don't have any money, they ain't got no money.
No, but I'm just saying
you could.
They could be. Yeah, I'm saying legally, it's a legal document.
It
you
is
can
a
use
record.
it as a legal document.
It is a record,
yeah.
but you're not gonna get it back. I really
well, if they ain't got the money, but you can still.
And it ain't gonna do nothing. It's a waste of your time, because what you're gonna do is go down there and pay to file a paper. She's gonna go in and they're gonna say, well, you got to pay, and then she ain't gonna pay. Then what? If she ain't got the money, she ain't got the money.
But what if she does have the money?
Well, if she does have the money, she wouldn't be asking you for yours.
No, that was the whole point. That I see people all the time who do have the money. I see people all the time. I never forget this one person. I didn't even know these people that well. They were like, oh, they're going to put me out and my baby. Oh, Lord. And then me and some other people helped them. And they forgot. They put themselves on Facebook that same night, partying up something.
We have a caller. Hello.
Hi, I just want to say something quickly in reference to the conversation about eating out, who's going to pay. Eating out is something that needs to be talked about before you go out on a date. You need to have an understanding on everything. The other thing is men feel like you need to pay their way also, and they feel like certain women want such an expensive meal, because I've had men say to me, oh, I know I can't afford to take you nowhere. It's like, really? But you don't know what I like. You don't know what I eat. I like hot dogs too and hamburgers. So I just don't eat chain restaurants. You didn't even ask me. So it needs to be a conversation beforehand. And then the last thing is everybody need to get away from this. This is me. All this wasting money on $500 plus pocketbook and all this other stuff that we spend money on, all them nails, then you in that line asking folks to pay your light bill.
That's right.
We got to change what we're doing.
Yeah, you're so right.
You're so right. Thank you.
24, I want to see more of us change what we're doing.
I agree with you on that.
Thank you.
I saw this TikTok thing where this guy was on, and he was talking about how we have like to give this appearance that we're winning, like we'll have the women that had a $500 Gucci bag. He said that rich folks spend their time trying to look poor, and poor folks spend all their time trying to look rich.
They do.
I'm telling
And-
you,
and-
that is 100% accurate.
And I even heard a young man who did some stuff with investments. He found that the ones that came in that had all the Gucci on, that had on the Louis Vuitton, that had on all of that stuff, didn't have any money.
Right.
But it was the ones who came in with slides on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just saying, just looking like regular people.
Yeah,
they're the ones who had the money to invest. I just think that a lot of times that, and I'm just saying it because it's really weighing on my heart with the way that us women are behaving. You know, no one has an obligation to take care of you or your children, but your baby's daddy.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm talking about your biological daddy. And I'm saying it to say, so when you get in a relationship and just going beyond dinner, you want somebody else. You want another man to take care of the children that you won't even take the biological daddy to child support for and get the money to take care of the children. And that happens a lot, Johnny. A lot.
It does.
And they won't, and they'll want you. And I'm talking about you as a man. We going on a date. They want you to pay for the babysitter. And then they want you to buy churn food to eat.
Wow.
And I've always thought that was strange. I got into this debate with a friend of mine, and we were going back and forth about, if a guy knows that I have a young child and he wants to take me on a date, he should pay for the babysitter. And I said, but you knew that you had a baby before you decided to go on a date. So wouldn't that actually be your responsibility? Because if you are not ready to date, then
Emily.
You shouldn't be expecting someone else to foot the bill. I said, that's a turnoff for a man. Because if you asking me up front to foot the bill for you and your children already, that's a lot of times that can make a dude run in the opposite direction. If truth be told, and this is stuff that I think men won't actually say out loud, they'll just ghost you or just won't call you back because I don't even know you that well. You already asking me to pay for the babysitter. And here's the thing. Oh, the babysitter gonna charge $125. What babysitter charge $125 for a night for just a few hours? Girl, we just going up here to Cheddars. What?
And then, so you got to pay for the baby. This is the guy. He got to pay for the babysitter. Then he got to turn around and pay for the meal.
Yeah.
All of that.
And so I told my friend, I said, well, next time, how about you say, well, you know what the guy should say? Bring the baby to dinner. That way we don't have to pay for a babysitter.
Makes sense to me.
But bring the child with us.
Save that $125.
Yeah, and you don't have to tell her who I am. Let me get to know you, because this is important, guys. When you're dating a female with children,
Emily.
You are dating her and her children.
But
you need to know.
Now, I was about to ask that question. So if you meet a woman and she's by herself and and y'all talk a couple times over the phone, but she's telling her girlfriends the whole time, well, if he like he interested in me, if he gonna date me, we come back as a package. So
it's the truth.
How is that?
But
because you have to know what you're getting yourself into. Just the responsibility of the woman, and like if I have the responsibility of taking care of Jimmy, if he's younger and I'm dating, that's a whole responsibility in itself. That means some nights when you want to go out, I can't go out because he has a school project due, or maybe he's sick this evening, or maybe he has lots of home, whatever the case may be. So when you're dating me, you have to understand that it ain't just about me. I have another responsibility that supersedes you. And it supersedes myself. I have the responsibility of another human being. So if you date me, you have to understand that you're taking the package. You're taking the both of us. So some nights, if I say, hey, we got a science project, then I would expect you to say, you know what? I'll bring a pizza over and I'll help you guys with the science project. That lets me know that you're invested in me and what care about, instead of, well, I mean, you can't take the baby to your mama house. You can't call one of your homegirls. And that lets me know like,
And
that's a huge red flag. If a dude tells you to send the baby off somewhere, it's like, no, bro, This is my responsibility. If you're going to date me, I need you to understand that
Right.
this is my responsibility. Now, if I say, well, you know what? My mom's going to come over and watch my son for me tonight. That'll be cool. Yeah, we can go on a date. But if you tell me to send him, you find a babysitter, like, no. So yeah, when a guy dates you, like when I first started dating Raymond, he knew with the first date we went on, Jimmy was with us. Cause it's like that, this my baby. If you gonna date me, I don't drop my baby off at random people's house. I don't put my baby off on my mama. If you date me and he with me and you want to go on a date tonight, my son is with me tonight. So are you okay with that? He was okay with that. Some dudes be like, yeah. But women you have nowadays, well, I don't want to introduce him to my son. I don't want to introduce him to my daughter. Why not? If
And
this
by the
is
way,
somebody that you're going to be dating and somebody that you want to get to know, I get the idea of not introducing them to every single person.
I agree with that.
But if there's somebody you really feeling and you think the things are going well, you need to introduce him, because it doesn't make any sense for y'all to be dating for a year. Because I know somebody that did this, dated for a whole year, fell head over heels in love with this dude. She said, okay, it's time. I'm in love with him. I think I want to marry him. I'm going to introduce him to my daughter. It went completely left. The daughter didn't like him. It's territorial. The daughter didn't like him, and so the girl. This is fast forward 5 years later, right? The girl was like that. He's the best thing. I let him get away. He was the one person that I let get away. And I said, well, that's because you let your child control a situation that wasn't hers to control, and you should have let her meet him a year ago or 6 months ago when you decided that he was the one and you had feelings. But because you didn't, now you're trying to bring her into a situation that you're head over heels in love with this person. You finna marry him and he finna move in, and now you telling your daughter that, hey, this whole man is finna move into our house. And now you have
maybe if she was moving into his house, the daughter might have taken it differently.
I don't know, but
I don't think so.
Let me just say this:
if she wasn't paying no bills, I think she might take it differently.
Hey, how you doing? I just think that is very interesting, and I think that that's part of the problem. Is that it's like trying to figure out, not just say the boundaries and that kind of thing, because you're right, they should meet them early on. But I also think that if I were a guy thinking about dating a woman with children, I'd want to know whether or not she getting child support. I'm serious about that, Johnny. I'm dead serious, because when they are not getting child support for those children, then they think that the man coming into the relationship is supposed to cover the children financially for them.
Do you think he should?
No, I do not. I think she need to get the money from the daddy. And if he just, like in jail or something, that's something different. But
so if he's in jail, and they dated 6 months, you think like if the boy played recreational football, it should be the guy, the guy's responsibility about it, the cleats and uniform and the bats and the gloves and all that kind of stuff.
It depends on where they are in the relationship. If we've been dating, like you said, 6 months, you're pretty much invested in the person after 6 months, and you know my situation, I would think that it would be the natural thing to do. It's not something, maybe because I'm a proud person, I wouldn't ask you to do it. I would kind of assume, we cool, we tight. It's been 6 months. You kind of know what it got going on. I don't have money coming in from the biological father. I got 3 kids. Little Timmy wants to play football really bad, but I don't have the money. I would just think that you would, take it upon yourself and offer to do that. Now, I wouldn't be mad if you didn't. But I would just think that if you are dating me and you plan on moving forward, because we're 6 months in, so we adults, we know, like, you know what you like and you know what you want to do. If we're 6 months in and we're fully invested in each other, why wouldn't you pay for the cleats and the football?
But I don't think you have to do it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I would think you would
want to do
it, but not because you're obligated to do it. And the expectation is a lot of times with the women out here.
So if you don't do it, the woman's gonna leave you anyway.
She shouldn't. And if she
yeah.
leaves, then that should be, you know, you need to be
You dodged
outside.
the bullet.
You need to dodge the. I ain't
So
lying,
you're saying the
Evelyn. You need to
woman,
be out there.
because the guy who she's dating does not buy all this stuff, that shouldn't be a deal breaker for the relationship.
No, it should not.
That's what you're saying.
That is exactly correct.
No, I don't think that should be a deal breaker if it's something that, I mean, if you genuinely need it and you sit down and you ask this guy that you've been spending time with that loves you or whatever, and I say, hey, you know, John, I need $250, and he doesn't give it to you. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue.
We have a caller. Hello.
My name is Kalanji. Good day.
What?
My name is Kalanji. I have a question.
Sure.
You think it's good for my wife to get pregnant at 50?
At 15.
50.
At 50.
At the age of 50?
Probably not, just for health reasons.
Right. You need to talk to a doctor about that one. I wouldn't be able to give you any advice on that because that's a medical question.
Certainly. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. You know,
Which one of y'all 50?
Emily close to it.
I got a long way to go before I hit 50. I got a while to go.
Oh,
I just thought I'd throw that in there.
It sound engineer, cut off that call for me.
That was a very interesting call.
Well, that was, and that's.
But
okay.
yeah, if I ask you, and you say no, I think that would be, I would definitely question that. But again, sometimes you don't know what's in a person's pocket. It may be the fact that he literally can't afford to give you the money to, you know, for little Timmy's football. You just never really know what the other person is, especially if you're not married. If y'all are just dating, I don't expect to know every single thing about your financials. I think we've had that show before about asking about a person's credit and what they got in their bank account. I don't think that kind of stuff should be discussed, you know, 3 or 4 months in. But if I'm asking you for something, I'm the type of female that if I'm asking you for it, I pretty much already know you have it.
And I think that the reason why I bring it out, I know so many cases of men who have taken on the responsibility of another man's child, and I'm talking about financially, emotionally, and
knowingly or unknowingly.
No, did all of that, and then divorced the female, okay, and then wanted to have visitation with that child, and know what the courts say, you can't have any visitation. You know, even though for the last 5 years, let's say into the relationship, he was the only father that child knew. He was the one who took care of him financially. He was the one who went to the football games. He was the one who did all of that, but he has no legal rights. So you've got to be real careful, men, connecting so closely with women and their children, because if it's not yours, you don't have any rights at all. None. Zero, zilch. It doesn't matter how much you put on them. It doesn't matter how many football games you went to. You know, if you develop that psychological bond and that emotional bond with that child, and the relationship goes south, then you have sowed a seed into somebody. You better hope they got a good memory. Because otherwise you get, I mean, you don't, and not to say you do it to get anything out of it. All you wanted was love and affection anyway. But a lot of women out here require their men in their lives to be, I don't know what you call them, like a surrogate parent financially with that child, knowing all the time that if anything ever happened, they would take and cut off that relationship and cut that child off from you.
Wow.
And I've seen it. Haven't you seen it, Emily? Lots of times.
There are some very complex things that go along with children and men who are, I know of some very complex situations that involve men and women. I know factually that a guy had 2 kids she had 2 kids before he married her. Then when they got married, they had 2 more kids.
All right.
Then She left him. She left. Was gone over a year. They were split. They were gonna. This was over. Then she got pregnant by the guy she left with. Came back to that town. Had the baby at the hospital and didn't have anywhere to go. The father of the guy that had married her
Right.
Mhm.
with his two kids, she threatened the only way he would see his kids. He felt like the only way he could see his kids was to allow her with this new baby while they were still married to come into his house because she had until she could find somewhere to go. And it was because he said he could see his two kids every day that he allowed this girl to come in who had went and had a baby by another guy while they were still
Wow.
married.
Wow. But you want to know something?
See, a lot of women say, he's a strong man,
No,
and
he
he
ain't.
did the right.
He
He
didn't do
did,
the right
and
thing.
see, I don't.
You know what he should have done? He should have divorced her because right now, and this is where he is. I don't know who this friend is, but know that if she gets pregnant, this is messed up. Now, I'm not a lawyer, Henry. If you out here listening, I know, but I'm not a lawyer to our people that are in the law. Help me out just in case I'm saying something wrong.
But see, if he
but let
didn't
me
allow
finish.
her to come,
Let me
she
finish.
was gonna be on the street with his kids.
But
But-
that's the saving grace right there. Well, if you homeless, then give me my kids and you take yours and go on about your business.
That's right. And then not
Give me
only
my
that-
two
that's
kids.
right, and not only that, and because
That's
she
simple.
is, by the way, and because she is married to him, when she gets pregnant with somebody else's child, he is still responsible
That's
for
right.
that child that's in her womb
That's
that
absolutely
somebody
correct.
else put in there because she is his wife.
His wife. That's right.
So yeah, legally he's in a bind because not only he got to pay child support for 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Them 2 that's his and he know that's his, and that one that's in vitro that was in the stomach that somebody else put in there while her first name was Mrs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that's a whole nother show of you need to tie up your loose ends.
Mhm.
Stop running around here, being separated for 20 and 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Not really understanding what that means. Letting somebody be legally connected to you. I almost said something then. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I didn't make that scenario up.
But it happens a
It
lot.
happens a lot. That
Yeah.
happens a lot.
I had a guy, y'all know I do mediation. I had a guy that came that was in there. His wife was pregnant by somebody else. And guess who health insurance she used to have the baby?
His.
His, because they were divorced. Coca-Cola paid for that. That's right.
But so many women would say that's the right thing
No,
for him
it's not.
to do.
It's not the right thing for him to do. That's why we
yes,
have.
they do. They
That's
would.
why we having this show now to talk about it. Some of the things that women say is the right thing to do is so they can have their way.
Yeah.
It ain't the right thing to do. It's the right thing for them. It's all about them,
Mhm.
but it's not about the man. I'm like, y'all need to quit putting all these lies and stuff on them, making it convenient. I'm a woman. I got it. They said, Brenda, that's because you got Henry. No, it's, right is right.
But
and
they'll
wrong
say,
is
but
wrong.
he's a good man because he
No.
didn't want that little baby in the street.
Uh-uh.
And a real man would have done what he did because he wouldn't. A real man wouldn't have let that. He a real man because he didn't let that baby.
No.
As
No,
much
that
conflict
doesn't
as they have
define a real
between
man.
each other.
Johnny.
I'm just saying that's
No,
what they
Wait,
say.
Johnny. And not only that, if she was a good mother,
But that's
she
what they
would,
say.
if she was a good mother, she would not have put the child. She would not have done the stupid things that she did. And then all of a sudden, you got to run home. And then run to him. That's why she went back to the same city where he was, so she could have the baby, because she
Right.
knew.
She knew.
She
Yeah.
knew. Otherwise, she'd have took her. Why didn't she go to her mama
But
house?
my point is that so many women though will find a way to say he did right by not letting that little bit. Like, I know this is gonna sound trivial.
Well, because
but
that's the human.
I
That's
know-
the human nature.
That's
of
what
the
I'm saying.
human, yeah.
I know this is gonna sound trivial, but like, sometimes I'm sitting around and my television does end up on Maury, and I
I
would
didn't know this still came on.
it's still and I would never understand this part. This girl is coming on the show. This is her 14th dude that she's testing to see if it's the father of her baby, right?
Mhm.
and the man that's backstage is saying, "Hey man, I don't know if that's my baby," and they boo him when he comes. Why do they boo him?
Because
it's TV.
Because
No,
it's
no,
TV.
no,
No,
no.
because it's TV. But Johnny, what the reason why?
You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but I'm
But
bringing it.
women still will sit there and say, if he had sex with her, he shouldn't be denying the baby. He knows a chance that's his baby. And I'm just
With
still trying
Johnny,
to wonder
with
why they
Johnny,
clap for her and don't boo
they,
for him and
but
boo him.
Johnny, this is why I'm saying to you that it's very important for us to have these hard conversations. I'm really on the air. I mean, we need to put our women on blast. Everything that a woman do is not right.
It's not me putting women on blast.
I
It's
put them
Emily
on
and
blast.
Brenda.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean,
It's the
it's
truth.
the time. 2024 is the year of truth, and we have to, speak up. I do believe women have definitely gotten out of control. I think it's an
believe it.
agenda that has been pushed for many years now, and it's coming to fruition. This whole idea of, being a boss lady and being a boss chick. All of that translates into I no longer need a man because I'm the boss and I can do it all by myself. And that was not done on accident. That was done by design. So you're steadily pushing the African American male out of the house, out of the home, out of the female's life, and she does everything by herself. So we should talk about this next Monday.
A continuation.
A continuation, because really and truly, I believe what you're saying. I believe it is, and it's part of it's just a part of a historical narrative that's been further perpetuated by circumstances. Women need to understand that, not necessarily that you have a place, because that's not what I'm talking about. But I am saying we need to respect certain. I say
You've been
respect
listening to
our
All of a
agenda.
Sudden.
Love y'all. Bye.
Peace out.
All of a sudden, with your host, Brenda Sutton. That's every Monday. We'll see you there.
The views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the Glory 980 AM, the Glory Media Group, LLC, WDDO AM, its staff, management, or advertisers, but are the views and opinions of the participants